Hey guys, how we doing today? Just do me a favor, let me know if you can hear me all right. Let me know if you can see me okay. I can't see anybody logging on, but yeah, just give me a little heads up if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm going to take you through some stuff. Okay, wicked, nice one. Thank you so much for the love. All right, quick one. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you are watching this live from. Are you in the UK? Are you in... Yes, I do look shipwrecked tonight, actually. I'm shipwrecked without a ship. So, in fact, that's a great movie, by the way. If you want to know about isolation and how to get through it, watch the movie. I think it's Shipwreck. What's the one with, or is it Castaway? That's the one that I'm thinking of. The one with Tom Hanks. Yes, there you go. Natalie Young knows. The one where he's talking to a volleyball. That's been me for the last 4 days. And then I decided to go for a run. I was clever because I knew that it's illegal to go for a run. And I took my bank card. I thought, you know what, just in case. And I literally got to the first roundabout. No word of a lie. I've been running 3 minutes. Got to the first roundabout, and there was the police car. And he called me over, and he was like, "Don't come too close." He was like, "Where are you going?" I pulled out my bank card. I was like, "I'm just running to the shop." Okay, so that was it. Run finished, went to the shop, didn't want to risk it. I mean, there's one thing being in isolation in your house, but being in isolation in a prison cell is not what I want. So, let me move on. Just a couple of tips, guys, before I go into this. Fasting has been around for thousands of years. It's what beings have been doing for thousands of years. But for the UK people watching this, I saw on the news that the pubs and bars and everything are closing at the minute. So I think tonight's the last night, or maybe they're closing tonight, I'm not sure. Supermarkets will still be open, so don't fall into the trap of becoming a hoarder and buying all the stuff that you don't need, because we're on lockdown over here in the Canary Islands, and the supermarkets are still open, the shelves are still full, so you don't honestly need to buy a load of stuff which is going to ultimately deprive other people that are in need. So don't do that. Look after yourselves, of course, look after your family. Stick to the government guidelines with all this, and stay focused. And you know what? You'll turn it into a massive positive at the end. You'll find a victory in all this, and you know what, that's my aim. I want to look back and be able to say, you know what, I did this, I've been creating content all day, literally because I've nothing else to do. So it's allowed me to stay really, really focused so far. The other tip I'll give you, and I've said this before, if you buy it, you will drink it. If you buy it, you will eat it. So be very, very careful what you buy and the type of things that you buy. What's the saying? Idle hands are the devil's playground. If you look back at my life in 2019, that was definitely true for me, and there wasn't any quarantine going on then. It was literally, I had too much time on my hands, and it was easy living in a foreign country and the sun was shining every day to fall into traps of, you know, drinking all the time and eating the wrong foods. So let me go into this topic. Greetings, by the way, to everybody. Thanks for your comments. We got people watching this from the USA. We got people watching this from Belgium. We got people watching this from Ireland. We got people all over the world. This is the amazing thing about the world we live in. Technology is on our side. We live in a global village now. So let me go into fasting. Fasting is something, as I've said, that we have been doing for thousands of years. You can see the word above my beautifully combed hair, fast, and you've probably heard of the word breakfast, which really means break fast. That is what the actual word means. So break fast. When you eat your breakfast, you are breaking your fast because you have gone to sleep and you have not eaten all night while you're asleep. then you get up and you break your fast. That's where breakfast comes from. So let me just take you through this stuff. This is my amazing drawing of a man. The red lines are body fat, and the green line is muscle, lean muscle mass, and then the black lines are the bones and the rest of the body composition, organs and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't getting so detailed that I would, draw all the little organs and things. So what happens is this, guys. We are fat-burning animals. We are designed to burn body fat, okay? We are not designed to burn carbohydrates as our primary energy source. How do we know that? Well, a human being can go round about, on average, 4 weeks without eating. We can survive 4 to 6 weeks without eating food. We have got enough body fat on us that we can use that as energy, which is what we are designed to use. We are fat-burning machines. By the way, little thing, I'm not saying go 4 weeks without eating, by the way, before anyone comments or misunderstands the message that I'm giving. I want you to be healthy, I want you to stay focused, I want you to do this. If you are going to do it in the right and healthy way. But just to give you an example, we are fat-burning animals. We're designed to burn body fat. And if you look back at the human history, we were hunter-gatherers, okay? We started off as hunter-gatherers. So we would go sometimes days without food, and then maybe there would be a kill. They would kill some form of animal, and then the people would eat it, and then they would maybe go again for another 3 or 4 days or 48 hours, whatever, without food. If they could find food, they were living off the land. It was nuts, it was berries, it was plant-based stuff. If you go back to the video that I filmed before about plant-based nutrition, we're designed to eat plants, okay? Because we've been doing that for thousands and thousands of years. We're genetically programmed to eat that stuff. So what happens is this: when you have no sugar in your body, you primarily burn body fat. So body fat is the thing that most people want to burn. When I started this program, my aim was to drop body fat because I put on some timber over the back end of 2019, over the Christmas period. I wanted to lean up, I wanted to get super healthy, and I wanted to drop body fat. If you want to know how to get super healthy and do the liver detox and do the insulin balance stuff, then check out the video as well. That is in the, I think it's in the pin post, the 30-minute video that I do about liver cleansing. So here's what you want to do. You want to burn body fat, but this is where people go wrong. So you might want to write this down. When insulin is present in the body, we cannot burn body fat. It instantly switches off our fat-burning hormones. We cannot burn body fat when insulin is present in the body. What spikes insulin? Food and drink. Some foods and some drinks spike insulin more than others. Water, as an example, does not spike insulin at all. If you add in some fruit cordial or some syrup, you will turn that water into a sugary water, which will then instantly spike insulin. As soon as insulin is spiked from the body, the sugar is then stored either as liver glycogen or as muscle glycogen. And over time, if that liver glycogen and muscle glycogen is not burnt off, then it gets converted into adipose tissue, which is body fat. So if you want to burn body fat, if you're trying to drop a dress size, if you're trying to lean up, if you're trying to see your abs, if you're trying to, like I found my abs now, they're there, I can feel them. I can't see them yet, but in December, I couldn't even feel them. They were covered in chips and gravy and Guinness, but now I can feel them. I can feel the little grooves in between, right? So that means I'm dropping body fat. My chest there is leaner. There's the line starting to appear in my pectoral muscles. So my body fat is reducing. You'll notice in your arms, you'll start to see definition in your deltoids, all that kind of stuff, right? This is how you know your clavicles, there they are, bam, bam, bam. Sorry, I've turned the camera so you can see. So as you start to drop body fat, you will start to lean up more. So what happens is these, and here's my wipe. My wipe will prove what will happen. So as you go into fat burning mode, you will start to remove some of these body fat storage things, right? So you get this body fat storage that is starting to be burnt off as energy. We're designed to use fat as energy. That's our primary energy source. When you've not got insulin present in the body, when you've not eaten high sugary foods, when you've not had high sugary drinks, your body fat hormones, your body fat burning hormones are switched on, and we start burning these body fat stores as energy. So why does fasting help? Well, fasting helps because you're not putting any insulin spikes into your body. You're not putting any food, you're not putting any sugar into your body. So what you do is you go into fat burning mode while you're asleep, and you're going to stay in fat burning mode until you have your first meal of the day or your first calorie intake of the day. I want to get that really specific. It's your first calorie intake of the day is going to spike insulin. So if you've been fasting all night, which we do when we're asleep anyway, and then you wake up and the first thing you do is you have a coffee with sugar in it, bam, you've broken your fast. Okay, if you have a black coffee, you haven't broken your fast. If you're doing your fast to burn body fat, if you're doing your fast for gut health and for liver cleanse, then you really want to stick to just water. But if you're just doing it to drop body fat, then you're all right. You've not broken your fast if you have a black coffee. That's what I do at the minute. I get up in the morning and I have some water. I rehydrate because I've been so long throughout the night without drinking. So we wake up dehydrated. I rehydrate myself with water, and then I do my journaling and I have a coffee in the morning. So what happens, guys, is you're at that sustained period, and what you're trying to do is extend that sustained period of time while you're fasting, so you can burn body fat. So what I do, and this is just me, sometimes I go longer, but my average is round about 16 hours fast per day. So if you start your fast at 8 p.m. at night, so the last calorie intake, the last meal, the last sugary drink you have is at 8 p.m. You can start your fast as soon as that's the last bit, bam, done, 8 p.m. So 4 hours takes you to 12, and then the 12 hours takes you to 12. So at 12 o'clock, you can break your fast at noon. Okay, that's a 16-hour fast. Some people want to do a 12-hour fast, so they go from 8 p.m. till 8 in the morning. Some people want to do 14 hours. They want to go, rather than 8 till 8, they want to go to 14, so they want to go to 10. Sorry, my maths is rubbish. I'm trying to work, you can probably see my brain ticking, trying to work out all these times. So mine is 16 hours because I know the longer that I go, the more I'm burning my body fat storage up. Okay, it's as simple as that. This isn't starvation, by the way, before anyone thinks it is. It's not. You're actually just going, you know what? I want to burn body fat. I want my main energy source to be body fat today. So you switch on your body fat burning hormones and you switch on your body fat burning just by fasting. Okay? Very, very simple process, and it works. Now, there's some other key things that I want to bring into this. When you fast, testosterone increases as well, and human growth hormone is increased and is activated. I actually prefer to train on an empty stomach. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, than for me to eat and then train. This is just me, everyone's different. Some people can't train on an empty stomach. I love to train where I feel really light and bouncy and I'm zippy, like a little gazelle running through the Serengeti. That's how I want to feel. I don't want to feel like I've just eaten a big meal and I can't move. I hate that feeling. And I always look at animals and I think, well, what does a tiger do? You know, a tiger eats a big meal and then he has a sleep. So I kind of look at it in that sense. I think, you know, your body, when you're digesting food, your blood and your body is so focused on digestion. So why would you want to put it through loads of stress? I mean, you know the old saying, like, don't go exercising on a full stomach because it's difficult for your body to adjust. So when you're fasting, you switch on these fat-burning hormones, testosterone and human growth hormone, and obviously you turn off your fat storage hormone. So if you continue to do this, the body fat over time will start to decrease, and lean muscle tissue will become more prominent within your body. You'll start to have lean muscle tissue developing. All right, so let me move on. What can you have during your fast? So like I said, you want something that is definitely no sugar. We can't have sugar because that will kick you out, but some things you can have that will keep you in there. So let's just look specifically at our products. You can still take your capsules. There is 0 sugar in these. You are totally fine to take them. You can still take the omegas. So if you're using the omegas, you can still use the omega oils. These will not break your fast if you're doing your fast for body fat reduction. There's no sugar in the omegas at all. It's just pure oil. Okay, so that will not kick you out of your fast. The other thing that you can have is water. I actually have sparkling water because the bubbles, sometimes they just kind of make you feel a little bit more like you've got something in your stomach. If you're getting those hunger pains or whatever it is, eventually, like anything, the more you do at this, the easier it becomes. Like I'm on a fast now, and I'm more than 16 hours. I think I'm about 18 hours. I'm going to break my fast after this live. I'm going to eat a superfood salad. So teas, herbal teas, you're fine. Don't add sugar. Okay, don't add milk. Milk will instantly kick you out of your fast, whether it's coffee, whether it's tea. Milk is high in sugar, so it will kick you out of there. Apple cider vinegar, I know a lot of you guys use that. That doesn't break your fast either, so you're fine with that too. Sometimes, if you want a bit of a little tip that I do is I put my apple cider vinegar in the sparkling water. I actually love the taste of apple cider vinegar. I might be insane. I don't know. Well, maybe yeah, I am. But some people hate it. I actually really enjoy the apple cider vinegar. I don't know. Give me a like if you love it. Give me the other one if you don't. If you've ever tried apple cider vinegar, I really enjoy it. Okay, so those are the things that you can put in. If you want to, I wouldn't advise this, because I'm not a big fan of it, but diet sodas are okay as well. They will not kick you out of your fast if you're doing it for fat loss, but if you're doing it for liver cleanse and you're doing it for gut health, the last thing you want to do is put in diet sodas and things that are loaded with chemicals. But you know what, sometimes you just want the, a Diet Coke or whatever. Not me personally, but some people watching this maybe will. So don't be too worried. In my opinion, start this, give it a go. I use the Zero Fasting app. I can screenshot it and put it in the comments for you after this, or put it in the group. And I just set a timer. As soon as I've had my last calorie intake of the day, bam, I hit the timer and it starts ticking, and then it gives you a notification when you are halfway through your fast, and then it'll give you another notification when you're an hour away from ending it, and then another notification when you're over it. So keep going if you want to. There's options on there. There's even a monk fast. This is the fast that the monks do in Tibet, and it's a 36-hour fast. I've not done that one myself. Maybe I'll try it over this period and see how I get on. Maybe that's an experiment I can do, but 36 hours. There is some stuff to say as well, that doing fasting and eating healthier after it is great for the immune system. So that's another one, because obviously you're giving your body time to repair. Sometimes when we're eating all these, and this is what I'll move on to in a minute, when we're eating all these toxic foods, it's causing stress on the body, which is causing an impact on the immune system. So especially now when everyone's focused on immune health and staying super healthy, don't be breaking your fast with junk food. So that leads me on to after the fast. After your fast, it is key. You will see some trainers, some bloggers, some people on YouTube talking about fasting, and they're like, oh, you can have what you want after you've broken your fast. Now, of course you can have what you want. It's up to you. It's your body, it's your nutrition. But I'm not an advocate of eat nothing all day and then eat junk food, because you can. Because you're calorie deficient. don't do that, guys. Like, this is a health program. This is about eating whole foods, eating real food, staying super, super healthy. So I would advocate having low GI carbohydrates when you break your fast. If you're going to break your fast with a shake, you're going to use one of these superfood shakes. You can do, you know, it's low glycemic index. You can put some fruit in there if you want to. If you do that, it'll obviously make it a bit more higher GI, but it's whole foods, it's natural. That's something great to break your fast with if you want to. I have omelets when I break my fast, salads, sweet potato, whole grain rice, all that kind of good stuff that we know is out there is okay to break your fast. Try and stay as healthy as you can. Hey, if you want to have an ice cream at the end of it, then cool. But don't break your fast with like, oh, I'm going to break my fast with a packet of candy or a packet of sweets. Don't break your fast with a really fizzy, sugary drink. It's just not going to be helpful to the body. And you've done so well to look after your body. Give your body a break. Give it time to kind of reboot and re-cleanse. And then you're going to load it with toxins again. Why would you do that? I was actually doing this, what I'm telling you not to do. I was doing this in 2019. I was fasting. I was still fasting during my kind of off-track period in my life, but I was breaking my fast sometimes with alcohol, like going to the bar, and I would do my fast. I would train fasted, and then I would go to the bar. I would order food, and then I would have like a bottle of Corona, believe it or not, with my meal in the afternoon and break my fast. If I hadn't been fasting, I probably would have banged on a lot more weight than I did, but I honestly wouldn't advocate doing the way I did it the wrong way, if that makes sense. I'm just sharing this with you because I believe it's good to be open and honest, and I think if I can tell you, hey, I did this in the way that you're not meant to do it, please do it in the way that I'm doing it now, then you will get much better benefits. And you know, I think I've not even jumped on the scales because I'm not that bothered about the weight. But in terms of dropping body fat since January the 1st, I'm easily 6. I've probably gone from a 36 waist now to a 30. I could probably squeeze 30 jeans in. Like this, it's a lot of inches that I've lost, definitely in my clothes. I mean, I can see it in my body anyway. The body fat is just shredding from me because I'm eating healthy. I'm cleansing my liver. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm doing this program that's in the unit 1. I'm doing the program probably 90%. I've been so good this week. I know last week I told you that I wasn't amazing. I had the Snickers ice cream addiction and the Haribo bears and all that kind of stuff. But this week, like I said to you at the beginning of this live, I haven't bought it, so I haven't eaten it. And using herbal teas to counteract that. And using these supplements, like last night I had a shake. It's chocolate, it give me that shake kick. I was like, yes, I don't feel like I need to go and get a Snickers ice cream. So, don't buy it and you won't eat it. Okay, let me just wrap this up, guys. Very, very simple. When you can still eat you've got what we call an eating window. So I want you to eat in that window. So when you break your fast, you know, you can have another meal later on in the day if you want to, or later on in the evening, but then bam, you start your fast again. And you can do this as much as you want. I know there's some people that say, oh, you do it once a week or you do it twice a week. I eat like this. I've trained my body to be like this and to work in this way for me every single day. I start my timer and I go, right, I'm going to do 16-hour fast. When I was in Dubai, my body clock was all over the place. And we're on this retreat, we're eating a lot of meals. There was a lot of different eating times going on. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to stick to it. And I don't know what it is, but just having that timer on your phone. And there was things like we went on a boat trip around Dubai Marina, and they were handing out all this amazing little finger food, all these beautiful little canopies and incredible mocktails. And I wasn't drinking, so that was fine, but I was fasting and all this food was going past me and I kept looking at my timer going, no, I've got another 3 hours yet. So I didn't eat. I just ended up drinking sparkling water. Lemon juice is another one. You can squeeze fresh lemon into your water as well. That's amazing for helping you with your liver detoxes. So guys, if you've got any questions on this, let me know. Comment below so I can see them. If it's pretty simple, then hopefully I've done a good job in explaining it. Okay, so Erin, does sparkling water? No, you're all right with sparkling water. You're totally fine. Let me see these questions. Okay, so Doris, do you eat your 3 meals a day? So you have an eating window. So if you want to eat 3 meals in your day, within that eating window, you're fine. You know, there's a lot of people that I follow and there's a lot of evidence that 2 meals a day are fine. And some people even eat just 1 big meal. They just eat 1 big meal. They eat until they're full and they get enough calories within their daily calorie allowance within that meal. It's pretty easy to do it. And they're fine, they're satisfied, and then they start their fast again. Here's a myth, I forgot to mention this actually. This was the old myth, and I used to buy into this myth. You know, the more research I've done into nutrition, the more I've experimented with my body and helping other people, the more I've I've learned more stuff and gone more into this paleo or plant-based paleo kind of way of eating. Like, I'm pescatarian at the minute. I'm not eating red meat or chicken. I just eat fish at the minute. But there's an amazing book called The Primal Blueprint. I think it's by Dr. Mark Sissons. That's a really good book. Or you can get the audio book and he takes you back through the history. But this whole, we need to eat 6 meals a day. We need to be eating every few hours. That's if you're an athlete. If you're an athlete, you need to be doing that. Or if you're trying to build lean muscle mass, if you're trying to get double the calories in that you need to get to build lean muscle, if you're bodybuilding competitions, all that kind of stuff, then yeah, if you're banging like out loads of exercise every single day, if you're a CrossFit athlete, then Michael Phelps, I think Michael Phelps, the most famous swimmer in the world, he was eating 10,000 calories a day. He was eating little and often, but we ain't doing that. He was in the swimming pool all the time. So if you're an athlete, then that's different. Inbox me, I'll give you some ideas. I can give you some help on that one. But this whole myth that you need to be eating 6 meals a day is garbage. It really, really is. You don't need to be. We're not designed to. Think about it. Our body is under stress when we are digesting food. So why would you keep putting your body under stress? Okay, go digest this. Stress. Have a break for a bit. Right, go digest this again. Stress. Go digest this again. So it's this continual thing, whereas give your body a chance to repair. Give your body a break. You know, and it will recover and it will replenish, and it will also help you with your overeating, with your portion sizes. People are eating far too big of portions. They're loading their body. You know, I used to work with a lot of people that in their family history and their culture, and this is most people, but their meals were jam-packed with rice, jam-packed with bread, jam-packed with potatoes. It was all these high glycemic carbohydrate meals, and they were loading their bodies with it. And guess what? When you put high GI foods in, you get that insulin spike, you crave even more stuff. So you're never going to switch on your fat burning hormones if you are continually going eat, recover, eat. You're literally getting this all the time throughout the day. Bam, bam, bam. When what we really want to do is we really want to get this. So your insulin levels are low, then you've got that eating window here, and then they drop, and then you're back down, rather than this continual thing. So guys, hopefully that made sense. Let me just keep scrolling for these. Yeah, some of these questions I think I've covered. I've been breaking my fast at 1 p.m. with a plant meal from Work Fresh, but big portion. Yeah, the portion's fine. Great. Tanya seems to be on track. Do you fast every day? I do. Yes, I fast every day. How much water do I drink in one day? I drink a lot of water. I really do. I drink a lot of water. I mean, easily, what's this? 1.5 liters. Easily one of these a day. Sometimes two. Actually made me thirsty now, Doris. Thank you. So yeah, easily one of these a day, if not more. I really believe that water is, well, it's the fountain of youth. We know that. And if you're continually flooding your body with water, we're hydrating it. Our blood pressure needs hydration. Our blood needs hydration. So you need to be loading your body with water for sure. Sometimes we get dehydrated and we think we're hungry when we're not. So that's another one. Lou, I did 18-hour fast from last night to today. Feel great. Yeah, honestly, like people have asked me this. In fact, someone asked me the other week, like, what's your secret? What are you doing? Are you using like some secret supplements or whatever? And a few people have asked me like, how have I transformed so quickly in terms of like being a big fat bloated pufferfish to getting lean? And the reason is fasting. It's just helped me so much because it speeds everything up. You're just switching on those fat burning hormones and away you go. You're into fat burning, fat burning, fat burning, fat burning. Then you have your meal, then you recover, then you're back into fat burning. So I find it easy. I find it easy to train. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't get hunger pains. I have 2 coffees a day. And that's me, and then I eat the normal amount of calories that I would eat every single day. It's just that I eat them in an eating window rather than going little and often. So energy levels are high vibing. I mean, I've not eaten now for probably 18 hours, and look at me, I'm buzzing, I'm wired. So and my body is burning fat right now. That's what we're designed to do. My body is just burning body fat. Okay, let me scroll through. Joe, really interesting. I've not come across this fasting technique before. How would you fit 2 shakes in per day plus dinner? Could you do 1 shake then dinner? I guess I've always believed you have to boost your metabolism with a breakfast shake. Yeah, I mean, the breakfast shake is when you break your fast. So you can still do exactly what you're doing. You just push your breakfast, your breakfast shake, up further on in the day. I'm going to launch something after this, which you've just reminded me, thank you Joe, which is the Shake Club. So what we're going to do, we're going to build it in this group. I'm going to start a feed with my shake, and then you post your shake of the day. Let's load up the feed with different recipes and things like that. So you just take a picture of your shake. Some days it'll be like a 5-star shake, like the Royal Savoy version where you've got it in a beautiful glass and you've glistened it with, there's ice in there and there's some cinnamon and little chocolate on the top, like all the nice stuff that you do. And then some days you'll be ghetto shake, which is straight into the shaker, not warm water, but room temperature water and a scooper complete. That's what I call the ghetto shake. It's like the basic version, bam, and then you've got like the 5-star shake where you've got time and energy to put in. So yeah, let's have some fun with that one. So yeah, you can still have your 2 shakes a day, no problem. Okay, any others? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to read these. Yeah, give it a go guys. I mean, Kelly's starting on Monday. Yeah, just give it a go, experiment with it. You get the app, Zero Fasting app, set your timer and just see how you get on. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. So yeah, that's it, guys. So let's stay focused on this. If you want to give it a go, if you start and you've got any questions, you've got any worries. I mean, I follow loads of people that do this, and you know, it's an amazing concept that isn't new. It's what we've been doing forever and a day. So it's just, remember, the food industry wants you to eat more. This was the point that was going on, and I got sidetracked. I remember when I was a kid, and some of you people that are around about my age will remember this. Kellogg's Cornflakes did this thing where if you collected enough vouchers, you got a bowl, all right? So you would like save up these vouchers and you would get this bowl. I swear to God, the bowl was like the size of a fish bowl when it arrived. So clever marketing, unbelievable. So what they wanted you to do was increase your portions. Eat the box of cornflakes really, really quick. Then they'll send you a bowl which was the size of half a box of cornflakes. It was genius marketing, and what the food industry wants us to do is keep eating and eating and eating. What's the thing? Once you pop, you can't stop. Pringles, right? Why do they have that phrase? They're drumming it into our heads. Once you pop, you can't stop. All right, so the food industry wants us to be eating all the time. Why is it Men's Health magazine, every other page is an advertisement for protein, 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 protein? You need more protein, you need more protein, you need more protein. It's bullshit. You don't need all this extra protein. All this extra protein can cause gout. All this extra protein eventually turns into body fat anyway, because protein is also an energy source. If it is not used, it is stored. So you've got to be careful with the mass marketing in the media, guys. I mean, there's loads of stuff going on around that at the minute, but food is politics, and food is a massive, massive industry. So the cereal industry is ginormous, and that I'll never forget those days. And I think our family had about 6 of those bowls, so that tells you how many cornflakes we were going through, or Cocoa Pops, or whatever it was that Kellogg's was hammering at the minute. Anyway, let's finish off. Favourite breakfast cereals from when you were a kid? Cinnamon Grahams, Golden Grahams, Honey Nut Loops. Who remembers them? All right, sorry for those of you that are on this live to the end. All right, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. If you've got value from this, if you've got team members, friends, family that really want to get in shape, I mean, this is a great time to practice this, because your calorie expenditure with going out less and being able to go out more, your calorie expenditure will be less. So you're going to be burning less calories throughout the day. So this is a great time to try the intermittent fasting. Zero fasting app, it's free to download. Sugar puffs, there you go, amazing. How addictive were they, right? You could never just have one bowl. It was always at least 2. I was definitely a cereal addict in my youth. All right, there you go. Sugar puffs is the winner. Stay cool, guys. Have an amazing weekend.